think we can work with that. She has the most mana and health regen. These are practically the same, but I'll switch with that because I can enchant that one. It's a lot of damage, but it's water. That gives him health per hit. Well, that takes him down tremendously. But this is void damage. Void is kind of what we need. This has some void damage, the magic pen, and health per hit. Okay, let's run back. And what can I enchant on his ranged weapon? Sun power does what? Three projectiles instead of one. Each projectile only deals 60% of the main damage, but it's technically still more, but it doesn't have any bonus damage. But it reduces skill damage by 20%, which kind of sucks. Do like that knockback. Yeah, let's put the knockback back on that. Alright. I think this is where I was, right? Shadow constructs. Some new challenge. Lesser scroll. 0.02 mana regen per second. He's got 5 mana. She's got 15. She's got 4. Let's give it to Kayla. Okay. The console here designates this area as the medical bay. The following people are listed as being in cryogenic stasis: Magus Pinthio, Guard Barbarax, Elven High Administrator Celebosian, and Shield Guard Captain Lucius. Unfortunately, their wounds are too severe to try to revive at this time. Raider Scroll. -2 might for 1 health regen per second. say maybe the tank, but he's only got 14 to begin with. But that health regen per second is nice. So give it to the tank. Your champion's breath billows out before them as they move into a frigid chamber. A large machine against the far wall reveals many strange components, large metal rods, twisted coils of copper, and mouth-formed metal discs. Rakim notes it looks similar to the design of the Organte communication devices, but as far as your party can tell, it is in fact no such device. Towards the back side of the machine, a crystal and stone pedestal rises up from the floor. The formation looks exactly like the various portal control panels your party has encountered, but instead of swirling portal of energy, the crystal formation reaches up to a 5-foot diameter disc of frosted glass. Directly in front of the glass disc, another smaller piece of glass sits attached by means of an iron framework. 3 additional pieces of glass continue the design, each being smaller than the other before. The strange glass apparatus points to a man-sized metal cage affixed with tubes and hoses in the corner of the chamber. Kayla discovers a silver recorder box built directly into the machine. While the machine itself is not powered on, the recorder apparently has power. The recorder has an active file. Kane nods and Kayla activates the recorder. The raspy voice of an old man calls out, apparently in the middle of a conversation. Care must be taken to siphon precisely 10 to 12 microcams of energy from the Organte dimension. Less than 10 units of energy will not be adequate to power the construct, while over 20 significantly increases the construct's resistance to programming. And while the latest versions of our shadow constructs have proved extremely stable and manageable, care must be taken. Complete life cycle production documentation is available on recorder and in manual form. We know for a fact true Organte constructs are faster, stronger, and more powerful creations. It is my greatest hope that we can use the invaders' own weaponry and technology against them, perhaps even improve on their design. I encourage all Magi assigned to Shadow Construct development to experiment with future iterations. Be sure to follow all specified safety procedures, do not develop more than one construct at a time, and do not, under any circumstances, leave the ocular energy amplifier active without a target construct in the development cage. The recording then goes silent. So these shadow construct things we've been fighting throughout the tower, these have been creations of the Magi all along? The rebellious Magi who sought to overthrow Proteus, it would appear so. Stand aside, one good swing of my axe against the glass contraption, and I'll put an end to those abominations once and for all. Wait, you rushed to seal off a window of opportunity? How's that, Your Highness? We have discovered machines to listen to the Organte, perhaps communicate with them, and now we have a working means to harness their energy into constructs of our own design. We already know the Magi's constructs are quite formidable. Perhaps we can finish the very thing they started. We have a machine that channels their own energy. This could be the key we've been looking for. Perhaps and perhaps not. The Magi clearly spent years developing their constructs. We have hours at our disposal. The safest course of action is to destroy the equipment as Rakim suggests. Kane nods to Rakim, sending the dwarf towards the glass discs with his axe held high. As the dwarf positions his feet for the first blow, Whisper floats between him and knocks the weapon from his hand. Instantly, your champions fall into disarray, shouting and pushing one another. It would seem the time for civilized debate and compromise is long past. During the scuffle, someone knocks into the machine and its power crystals begin glowing. With the heavy thump of an automatic mechanical lever, the main glass disc turns pitch black. A moment later, the second next smaller glass in line similarly darkens. It isn't until Whisper is condensing her form behind the iron bars that Maeve pauses long enough to take notice. Whisper, what are you doing? If you are foolish enough to destroy our own true clue, then the Queen of Shadows will be foolish enough to absorb this Organte energy firsthand. Perhaps then we will finally understand what we're up against. Kayla, shut down the machine. I can't. It's not responding. How can your champions force a woman of mist and shadow from behind iron bars against her will? As the second to last glass disc turns black, you only have seconds left before Whisper's decision is irreversible. You sense from the mystic both a desire to learn about the enemy and help the party, as well as a desire to tap directly into this unknown source of power. For better or for worse, you will encourage one of your champions to take such a risk. Use your influence to put a stop to the mystic's madness once and for all, or do nothing and let your champions face the consequences of their own actions. Oh man, another decision. Well, my alignment is terrible. Whisper is high, so I can make her mad. I say we're gonna stop. So everybody's positive but Whisper. She's probably gotta be getting pretty low now. Clearly the machine of this chamber was not intended to transfer such energy to Magi, but to their constructs. Through the potential reward of one of your champions gaining access to such energy is great indeed, the risk is even greater. Whisper has no idea how the Argante energy will affect her, and you cannot risk losing her so close to the bottom of the tower. You focus your will on the others and suggest they stop Whisper at once. Committing your party to stopping Whisper no matter what, Kane rushes toward the glass apparatus. Rakim, the glass! Without hesitation, Rakim hurls his hammer toward the glass disc. His iron cracks the glass, but amazingly does not shatter it before the dwarf's hammer hits the ground. Kane throws himself against the contraption, pushing the metal framework up towards the ceiling with all his strength. Kane's effort alters the machine little, leaving it on target to strike Whisper. As the shield guard struggles to move the apparatus clear, the final piece of glass turns back, sending out a blast of Argante energy. The discharge tosses Kane across the room as it shoots toward Whisper and the metal cage. Just as the beam of energy fires, Boron tears the metal cage from the wall, pulling the Queen of Shadows to safety. The Argante energy hits the wall, vaporizing a few inches of stone and staining the entire wall black. After a moment, Kayla is finally able to disable the beam and power down the device. Whisper looks to the damage of the wall and swallows hard. Despite the clear danger, she mumbles about wasted opportunity and shakes her head in disapproval. Alright, where's our alignment now? So she's still +3. Kayla still hates us. And everybody else is up. Okay. What are those? Druid? Nope, what she's got is better. Okay. So that does it for here. Now we still have repair the listening device. So we still only found the condenser. Okay. Return to the city, go back to the tower, go to the conservatory. Alright. Here's our teleporter disc. And that takes us here. Get these crystals. Well, this is the last databank. Kayla nods as your champions arrive at the third and final databank room. The same mist-like barrier that has guarded the previous databank chambers blocks the way. The final impediment to shutting down the Avatar. All we need is one last portion of life essence. None of your champions respond to the Frostling's words. Instead, a crackle of energy and blast of warm air from behind sets the party on guard. You who are? I am the Tower Avatar. Command link open. What's wrong with her? Her systems must be resisting the reversion to her initial status. Has Proteus sent you? Tower Avatar, stand at his command. Kane's eyes grow large at the Avatar's statement. Perhaps shutting the Avatar down is unnecessary if we can convince her. Shut me down? Why? Have I done something wrong? I can do better. Please. I want to live. We may not be killing her, but somehow the Queen of Shadows almost takes pity on her. Insufficient data. Rerouting to backup system. Without warning or further explanation, the Tower Avatar vanishes. The hall surrounding your party explodes with light, forcing everyone to shield their eyes. When the light subsides, the sparkling, luminous image of Proteus stands before your champions. He nods and raises his brow in a gesture of pride and compassionate regard. For over 1,000 years I have waited. Words to express my pleasure and gratitude are lacking. Where are you, brother? Why can't you come before us in person? Soon, my dear sister, I am confined to the throne room for reasons I cannot yet explain, but in due time I promise your questions will be answered. All you need do now is remain committed to your final task. Disable the third databank and shut the Avatar down. It just doesn't seem right. We might as well be killing her. Truth be told, Master Dwarf, I share your pain. I take no pleasure in undoing the mind that has guarded these halls for centuries. Yet the Tower Avatar is set in her ways, and her ways are short-sighted. She cannot see or understand the grand design of what unfolds around us, and for this she must be removed from the game. Perhaps one last chance at a diplomatic solution? If we all stood together and spoke our minds, surely a life is worth such an effort. Alas, the die has been cast. One way or another, the Tower Avatar that you have known must cease to be. Latara's very existence hangs in the balance, and we will not fail. Proteus nods at Kane's words and slowly fades from sight. Though reservations of their chosen course of action hang in your champions' hearts, they press on without hesitation, for as Kane said, for Artara's sake, they cannot and will not fail. Okay, before we go forward, let's go this way real quick. There's another travel disc here and some gold. Some more gold. Geothermal generator, machine that extracts heat directly from the ground. Let's save this right quick. Console. Caleb manipulates the control panel, pulling up screen after screen of information. Though it's all in common tongue, your champions can't make much sense of it. After a few more moments scanning through the interface, Kayla finds a file signed by the first Magus. She launches the file and Proteus' voice fills the air. Your persistence in finding a means to restore flora balance to the world is commendable. Do not think it absolves you from your crimes and heresy against the Order. You cannot escape the consequences of your actions. Still, perhaps, we all deserve a chance at redemption. I will spare that power I can to shield you from the others, but I can only extend such power to this level alone. Should you find the solution you seek, you will be on your own to deliver it to the surface. Who was he shielding down here? I feel like I should know this, and we've already gone over this. probably need to go shut down that data bank. A strange room before your party has another Organte communication device mounted on a stone pedestal at its center. Unlike the other devices, this machine is already active. Small wisps of purple energy crawl along two thin metal spikes atop the machine at regular intervals. The familiar rhythmic noise of Organte whispers pours from the machine. You feel your champions struggle to decipher the words, but for some reason they cannot understand them. You watch the device come into clear view as Kane and the others move closer. The Organte words come louder, yet still your champions cannot comprehend. A strong feeling compels your party to adjust the machine for greater clarity. It can't be true. On a ship of strangers, every man's word holds the same weight. It makes sense. After all this, it makes perfect sense. Such sacrifice, such willingness to help others. I can sense more to the message. We need to adjust the machine, amplify the signal. You watch, listen, and feel as your champions gather still closer to the machine, yet you are baffled by their conversation. For as hard as you try, you cannot decipher the words, or understand the message your champions clearly hear. As you struggle with all your energy to comprehend, an intense feeling to comply, to adjust the machine as Whisper suggests washes over Kane. It comes so strong, for a moment the idea even appeals to you. Then the horror of the situation strikes deep in your bones. It is not your champions who cannot hear the Organte message. It is only you. The aliens from another time and place, aware of your presence, block their transmission from your awareness. You feel the connection to your champions slipping and a new psychic bond forming between your champions and the Organte. You focus your will and warn your champions to abandon the machine at once. I don't know. Maybe we should wait. They're speaking so loud, so fast. I can't hear myself think. I don't feel right, like my head's gonna explode. Perhaps this machine is too powerful for you four. I feel no ill will. Nor I. Step back, and we two alone shall listen to the message with the full power of the machine. The Organte influence is too strong. It's unlikely you can influence your entire party. Your only chance is to focus on one group. Encourage Boron and Whisper to listen and help fortify their resistance to outside influence by aiding your own, or strengthen Kane and the others' resolve. Will them to destroy the machine before it's too late. A third and most risky option enters your mind. Do nothing, allow your champions to do as they please, and conserve your energy to break any Organte influence once your champions leave the room, should it be necessary. I don't know. This is tough. I'm sure Whisper's gonna be mad. So's Boron. Destroy the device. Well, that even makes Kayla mad, doesn't it? With strength the Organte must possess to influence your champions across such a vast distance, you will not chance losing the bond with your party, nor the prize that awaits at the bottom of the tower. While it may be easier to influence the minds of Whisper and Boron alone, Kane and the others seem to have some sort of resistance, or at least hesitation at the Organte influence. For this reason, you summon all your strength, clench the crystal throne on which you sit, and focus your will on Kane, Maeve, and Rakim. Kane, Maeve, Rakim, Eric, and even reach out to Kayla. As the Organte whispers, so do you, warning your champions they are in danger and must destroy the machine at once. Boron and Whisper huddle over the machine, manipulating its controls to amplify the signal while Kane roars out from behind them. Stand back. The shield guard's blade flashes, severing the thin metal spikes of the device in half. Its purple energy flutters one last time into the air. Instantly, your champion's will is restored. Everyone looks to one another a bit confused and disoriented. Even Kane is suddenly taken back with what exactly just transpired. Showing no recognition of what truly just happened, Rakim points to the machine and speaks. Look there, I believe that is the missing coil component the librarian described. Okay, so we have both parts now. So, do we go back? Let's see what the quest says. Alright, so we just wait, I guess. What is going on there? It's like they're doing some experimentation, maybe. Dead prisoners. Greater Scroll. 2 life for 30 mana. I don't know that that's worth it for anybody at this point. Because they're all at 14 life. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. These orcs have been dead for a long time, yet their bodies do not decompose. Almost at all. It must be due to the preservation magic mastered by human zealots.